Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our Believe cards. This is by Peter Ustinov. The point of living is to believe the best is yet to come. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 65, NASDAQ up 22, S&P's up 9, gold contract down $3.50, trading at $1,256. Silver off 3 cents at $19.02. Platinum up 7 at $1,460 an ounce. Copper flat at $3.18 a pound. Light sweet crude up 83 cents, trading at $103.54 a barrel. Bonds. We had the 10-year down 6 ticks at 126.09. The 30-year off 15 at 138.06. King dollar down 85 ticks, trading at 80.53. The euro up 12 at 136, and the yen down 10 at 101.75. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. When it's going on in your world, in the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You're up $10, 9.75. You did $535 million versus the 635. Market continues higher. I suspect, Friday on a short week, bottom line is that they'll basically get this up a few more points. If you take a look at the correlation inside the SPY, what you have with the SPY is this. SPY right now did 60 million shares. The SPY is, if we take a look at where we're at 3 days into it, what I suspect the SPY is going to do out here this week, volume-wise, is about 330 million. That's taken into consideration. The holiday also adding that volume inside of that. That 330, last week we did, let's see, it's just pretty intense, actually. So last week you did 386. You're going over 694. You're going over 621. So you're getting to about 50% lighter volume up at these highs at 192.37. We go to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow Industrials. Dow up 65 today. The high in the Dow is 735. We hit 698. That will get tagged tomorrow. We look at the diamonds. You want to look at the DIA, the structure, ETF structure inside of that. What you have with the diamonds did 2.7 million shares. That high out there has 4.1 million. NASDAQ Composite. Composite today was running up 22 points. We are at 4247. That we did 1.6 billion. The 1.6, by the way, is going to 2.4, so it's pretty intense. We're at 4247. The 4267 is the top of the downdraft of the fourth, and you have the swing point up there at 86. We'll see how it can handle that swing up at that point. The volume's certainly not there. It does want to test it when it gets this close to it. The NDX 100, the 3 Qs. The high in the NDX 100, folks, the 3 Qs is 91.36. We hit 91.31 today. We did 31 million shares, and that's what that high is at also, 31 million shares. We had made a high with no volume. It came down with monster volume. We came down with 84 million versus this 31 million. The Russell 2000 we have with the Russell. Russell, still a weak dog out here. That was up 3 points. If we switch over to the IWM and look at that correlation, up 38 cents. The Russell hasn't been able to basically bounce at all, which is pretty amazing. We did have the NDX, bounce. The NASDAQ Composite really hasn't had a big bounce, where the S&Ps, of course, are at highs, have been at highs. Gold contract. What we have with gold is this. GC. Gold contract out here today. GCQ. Okay. Gold does 132,000 contracts. We switched over the contract out here today, and that is an ABC structure down to the 1227. In this contract, it would be 1224. It broke the B point, broke it with volume. That had broken the B point on Tuesday. broke with volume. I expect what you're going to see, it's going to crawl its way down into that area. Bonds. We take a look at the bond market. What we have with bonds, and this is no doubt the ever-ready bunny. Bonds got to a price point today of 126.24. Couldn't hold price. The 10-year did 1.5 million contracts. You know, yesterday it broke above, doing another ABC structure on their way up. The A point, there's multiple ABC structures on the way up here. Your A point on the present one is 123.16 up to 126.05. So you get over 2.5 points, which gets you a 128.5. A to B equals C to D. Bonds want higher price, folks. 30-year. 30-year, we did 474,000 contracts. That's also another ABC structure on the way up. We're at 138.05. That baby wants to run up into the level of 141. King Dollar. We take a look at King Dollar. What we have with King Dollar is this. She went sideways today. Bottom line, building costs. So she did 12,000 contracts. That level, folks, and this is what's happening. This is going to be a sweet one to watch, and this is why. The swing point on King Dollar, the closest swing point on the way up, is 80.77. We hit 80.61, and now it's building cause. When you build cause right before swing point, has the juice inside it, it's going to blow by that swing point. So I suspect what you're going to have is another small ABC up that's going to take it right up to the very top of the January 21st swing, which is 81.65. Let's go to Costas in Arlington, Mass. Hey, Costas, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you today?
I'm doing great. You having a good day?
Yes, I am.
Cool, man.
Hey, ExxonMobil, I'm thinking about buying this.
Let's take a look. You get ExxonMobil. The low is 84. The high is 103. It pays a 2.7% dividend. So when you take a look at this, excuse me, the swing point, when you bring it all the way back to 08, cost us, right?
Yes.
It's up at those swing points, and with dramatically lighter volume. It's over the 96.12. You know, we took that 96. So watch what you have here, folks. We went sideways for 8 months. We went sideways 8 months in 2007 to 2008. Each one of those levels up there were monster volume. You know, the smallest one I can find is actually 386 million. When we took that out, we took it out with 269. The largest one I can find out there is 600. I'd let it get back underneath there first and then see how it gets into the level of $81. I know it's 20 bucks down, but that's where this thing looks like to me it wants to go.
Boy, that's a long way down.
It's a long way down. You know, you'll get a better. Well, here, that's a week. That's a monthly. If we put this back into a weekly, what it has already showed is that your first high out here. Well, I don't even want to. We won't do the 27th because that's too close to Christmas. Let's say you go back out to January 10th. You had 56 million on the weekly, right? Then you come down with 80 million. You get into that 89 area. You go back up with 50. You make a high with 47. You know, that's saying that it's going to get back inside that range, and I'd wait to see how it tests that range.
Okay, Tommy.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. One of the targets want to look at SLV. SLV, folks, is the iShare Silver Trust. What you had out here with this little baby today is that rejected lower price, had lighter volume. We closed. Got to a low of 18.18. You're at 18.30. Now, what's going to get really interesting with this one is that you want to close inside of that tomorrow, too, because if you get a close inside that tomorrow, the test today was on 4.8 million versus 22.8. That's a dynamite test. That's insane, actually. Okay? You want the weekly to close inside of that level. You get the weekly to close inside of that level, you get action. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming back with our man, Mr. Andy Heck. We had the Dow finish up 65, NASDAQ up 22, S&P's up 10. We're going to be right back.